Hey. So today we are continuing our journey through the body graph. We have done the head center, the ajna or the mind. We've done the throat, and now we're moving into the G center, so the diamond in the top half of your body graph. This center is all about your identity, your lovability, your direction. So we've got 8 gates in this center, and I think you'll remember, if you've been playing along, that a couple of weeks ago I talked about this center having the money portals in it, because our value and our worth is so connected to how we value ourselves. So when we raise our self-worth, we have greater capacity for receiving the abundance and the prosperity and the money in through those portals. So as I said, there are 8 gates in those portals, and if you have that center open, undefined, white, not colored, which I do, you can experience, like for me, I have got the worst sense of direction. Like, I was at my niece's yesterday and driving home. She lives like 15 minutes away from me. Driving home, I took a wrong turn. I used GPS to get there. It is in a little bit of a rabbit warren. Like, I'm not too bad. But when yeah, my sense of direction is really something that cannot be relied on. My lovability, like my sense of lovability, well, actually I've worked a lot on that, so I am lovable. From my perspective, I think I'm lovable, and I have a high self-worth, so my standards are quite high. But for others, it could look like not having boundaries, not accepting lower standards than we deserve because of that open center wanting to receive all of that love, and not having that defined center which processes that energy consistently. So with the defined center, you're going to be processing that energy consistently, and you're going to have a sense of your direction in life. You're going to have a sense of, this is who I am and this is where I'm going, because you've got that identity solid in you. But for us, with those undefined centers, the open centers, it's more like, oh, I could be doing this today, and something else comes along and like, oh, that sounds like a good idea, I might go and do that. So again, when we've got that open center, and even when we've got the defined center, it's coming back to our strategy and authority. Now I'm going to bring you with me because I've actually got some eggs boiling, and I thought I'd be able to knock this out in 5 minutes, but it turns out I haven't been able to. So let me just turn that off, pour out some water, and cool them down. Okay, so sorry about that noise, and I'll just repeat the timer. Okay, so when we talk about the G center and the lovability and being defined and undefined, we are talking about our lovability. And when we're talking about we look at where it connects also. So we've got the G center connecting to the throat, so we're going to be able to express ourselves, express our identity. We've got it connecting to the spleen, and that's about using your intuition to connect to your sense of self and using that connection to make your decisions in the now. Because when we get to the spleen center, we'll understand that it's our survival, our intuition, and things like that. So we'll go deeper there. Then we've got it connecting to the sacral center, and with that sacral center, that is our life force energy. So the generators and manifesting generators will have this energy, and the projectors, reflectors won't have that connection specifically, because that's going to create the connection which makes the centers colored in. So when the centers are connected by one of these channels, that's what makes them colored in. All right, and then we've got one more little connection, which is to the heart center, which is the ego center, the willpower center. And so when you've got your heart center and your identity center connected, you're going to be really strong in who you are, and you're going to be really motivated to move forward towards your goals and your direction. So you can feel quite assertive, and you might see others as being less assertive and like, I don't understand why people just can't get up and go, can't be motivated. And that's because you've got that connection to the motor center of the will center, which is the heart center. All right, so that's a little bit about our G center. And as we go along, once we've gone through the education of the centers, then we'll go into more deeply which each center, the meaning of each center and each gate, if that's something you want. But it's likely I'm going to do it anyway, because I love sharing this. And as you go through, you'll be able to scroll back and find your centers, and you'll be able to scroll back and find your numbers so that you know what they are. So putting this up there as a resource for you, and we're just building it as we go. So G center, defined or undefined, you're always going to come back to your strategy and authority. Strategy being the way that you interact with the universe. For the generators, it's going to be responding. For the manifesting generators, it's going to be responding first, then informing others if you're going to be initiating something. For the projectors, it is waiting for the invitation. So you might have all of those centers, or that G center lit up, and it's ready to go, but you're still going to be needing to wait for the invitation for you to be able to take that step forward in a way that is completely aligned for you. So there's going to be no barriers. It's going to be following the breadcrumbs by tapping into that strategy and authority. So those are the two things that I'm going to keep coming back to. You've got your energy type, which is your main thing. And then your strategy and authority are always going to be the baby steps along the pathway to becoming the youiest, juiciest version of you. All right, so that is a wrap on the G center, and then we're going to move into the heart center in our next video. Okay, so you have a great day, and I will too, on purpose. Okay, have a great day on purpose. That's a line from this beautiful lady on Instagram. She would always have she used to have a daily video saying, have a great day on purpose. So I've taken that on board for the last couple of years. All right, have a great day on purpose.